Good morning, welcome to day 53 of my Munros challenge. So today I'm walking route number 65. We've moved to Morvick and I've set off from the caravan camping site at Morvick and we're heading to the activity centre. Another poor forecast, I'm afraid. 2 Munros today, A Ghlas-bheinn, which is the green hill, and Beinn Fhada, which is the long hill. As I say, another poor forecast, so just have to get our heads down and get on with it, I think. Well, the start's very good. It starts with a nice stalker's path up the glen, following the burn. It's signed at the outdoor centre, so I understand there's quite good paths for most of the day. So let's see. And it stopped raining, so that's a good sign as well. Just looking back down the glen where we set off from. Very, very pretty. We've got bits of blue sky appearing. We're in and out of showers at the minute. Now there's a fork in the track here. There's a left turn with a post and a right turn, and having done a map check, I'm heading right. I'm going to keep the burn on my left. So that takes you to bridging over the burn, which isn't what I want to do. So just doing a quick map check, and the mountain you can see ahead is the first Munro. It's A Ghlas-bheinn. So we're going to follow the path ahead up to the bealach, and then we're going to hang a left, and we're going to follow the ridge line right the way to the top and retrace our steps back to the bealach. Still following the path up the side of the burn up to the coal. It's looking rather nice up there, I thought. Very, very video worthy. It rained heavily last night, and all the waterfalls are overflowing. That's fabulous, that one. And look across over there, these tongues of water shooting down the mountainside. They're fabulous, they're everywhere. Well, I've crossed this swollen burn. Got my feet wet, I'm afraid, but it's almost getting to a point where it's impassable. So this is the head of the col, the bealach. So we've got quite steep up there, so I've decided when we come back down we're going to retrace our steps down to a path I saw earlier to go around to the second Munro, but first Munro we're heading up here. So that was quite a steep little climb. Probably climbed 150 metres maybe of ascent. We're now plateauing a little bit, and I would imagine the top's just beyond over there. Very scenic. There's a series of these small pinnacles to climb over. This is about the third or fourth one now, along this ridge. It's not too testing, but it can be quite steep at times. So here we are at A Ghlas-bheinn. Now what a beautiful mountain. Look at this scenery, it's awesome. So we're camping down there at the bottom. Immediately over the back of the cairn is the next Munro. So that's my mate Jeff, who's come to walk with me for the next 5 or 6 days. Just getting to the top. It looks like Sir Edmund Hillary. So here we are at the fork. That's the path I came up on this morning. Here's the cairn, and he's going to wrap around and start climbing up second Munro. I'm just looking at the path zigzagging up the brow of that hill, and I think it'll probably hang left, get onto the ridge line, and then follow the ridge across a big long grassy bank to the summit. Oh, long way to go though, a long way. So this cairn marks the top of that steep ascent up the cliff sides, that big corrie. We're now going to turn right. We've got about another 300 metres of ascent, so The top's not in sight, but it's beyond them, just beyond that ridge over there, the summit. Still a lot of climbing to do. So there you go, that's the first view of the summit round there. Just follow this ridge line round. I think it's trying to snow at the minute. It's not pleasant. Hey ho, keep going. So here we are at the top, Beinn Fhada, another trig point. Second one I've seen like this. Can't remember where the other one was. Can you see there's a rainbow in the background? Isn't that cool? Wow. It keeps threatening what the forecast. Big gales and torrential rain, but not quite as. This is fabulous. This is fantastic. So we're back at the junction with the main path. Now that took a lot longer to get down than I remember the climbing up, so there you go. It was quite a long drag actually coming down, and I'd, for some reason in my mind, got it a lot less than that. Just taking some last few shots. We're still a fair way from home, but looking up at the col that we walked up to earlier this morning, looking rather nice, isn't it? Welcome to day 53 of my Munros challenge. Today I walked route number 65. It's Tuesday the 28th of September, and I set off from the caravan park where the caravan is in Morvik, so it's very handy. I have to say I'm straight out onto the road and onto a fabulous path which took you all the way up to the bealach. Very nice gradient, nothing too difficult at all, other than we did have quite a lot of rain last night. Indeed, we've had a lot of rain for the last week, so one of the burns that we had to cross was almost in spate. Quite a tricky crossing, but once we got to the bealach and the left turn, now that's when things started getting interesting. It was quite steep in places, one or two mild scrambles, up and down a bit pinnacly along the ridge line, until eventually you got to the top. There was quite a lot of climbing to go from the bealach. I have to say that once you got there, it was fabulous views, absolutely fantastic. Well worth the effort to get there. I thought it was quite stunning. Now, considering we were expecting to be in a cloud all day, and gales and rain and the biblical forecast that was, it was actually very pleasant. But then you retrace your steps, you drop back to the cairn at the bealach, and then you drop back down the path to the first cairn you came across at the fork, and again you hang a left. Now this is then a long climb up to Beinn Fhada. It's steady away for a while, and then you get to a very steep section in the corrie, cutting up the cliff sides if you like. But once you get over there, it's quite grassy. Still got some climbing to do, but it's quite grassy for the last 200 metres of ascent. But it seems a long way from that cairn. Again, the fabulous views, really stunning. But you're quite tired at this point. You've done quite a lot of climbing, and then it just feels like it's quite a long way home because you retrace your steps again. The day was 17 miles, 9.5 hours, and there was a massive 5,131 feet of ascent.